needs to get rid of Rue. She can be your homie, your friend, your bestie, your family, your sister all day long. But keep her away from the bag and away from your fucking stash. She is very much a junkie. And everybody know you can't trust a junkie. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Euphoria. Now this is season 2, episode 1, trying to get into heaven before they close the gate. Now before I get into where we are with these characters and pick up where we left off with season 1, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Rue. I'm probably the only one who's watched this show who just does not ship Rue and Jules and their whole situation, that codependent shit. Like, get out of here. Get a job. Get a life. Get a hobby.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this show. Now you know this is Euphoria, so we have to start off with some narration from Rue and getting to know one of our characters a little bit better than we have before. And for this episode, it's Fezco. We get into Fezco's grandma being a motherfucking G. Now, so far, we've seen the grandma and we know where she ended up, being bedridden, being medicated, and being cared for by him. But we never quite knew how he ended up the way he ended up in Little Ashtray. And judging from this episode, he never stood a fucking chance. First of all, we have to start off, because it's Euphoria, we have to start off with the dick in our face. Y'all gotta put a penis. They gotta put 3 penises per episode in our face. We start off with grandma, taking over, shooting dad in the kneecaps. You're with me now. I'm gonna take care of you. The only problem is she never took care of him as a child or as a boy. She only considered him to be a partner. I'm showing him the ropes. She just happens to be a goddamn dope dealer. Showing him how to take charge, how to operate, how to cook it up, how to deal it out, how not to take no shit, and how to handle business. We even get some backstory on Little Ashtray. Now, I remember I just recently got into the show watching the season, and I was just like, what's up with this kid? What is up with this little boy? Where did he come from? But you see that he was very much so brought up the same way that Fezco was. And it's just like via the grandma, the upbringing, the environment, he had no chance but to turn out that way. That's all he known. That's all he ever knew. And once his grandma fell ill, he took her place and took charge and followed suit. Now, right after that shit gets good, we pick up where we left off with Fezco taking that money and Mouse bucking up as Mouse bucks up every time we see his ass. But no, not this go round. We don't quite know what would have happened. Mouse has a gun. He's very intimidating, a very uncomfortable, unwarranted, just ill-mannered ass character. He's quite irrational and like a little psychotic. You never know what Mouse is gonna do, but that did not fucking matter this episode. You know why? Because Ashtray came from the back with a hammer and attacked everybody like a fucking ninja warrior. What? Like, what? Clearly he's had a little growth spurt, but it was like, what? Like, that was so surprising. Boom, we immediately open up with one murder and one nose being broken. Fuck dog, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side, where you lie with. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We touch on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Yeah, call the cops when you see Tupac. Hey, grab your Glocks when you see Tupac. We get into I hit him up. And of course, we also got to get into a high-ass Rue mumbling, fumbling, and fucking up the song. Because she's in the back seat. Why is she in the back seat? Get her the fuck out the back seat. Now we get into a very high Rue, relapse Rue in the back seat, and Mouse's ex-partner wanted to make good because they spared him and the Ninja Warrior Ashtray did not take his ass out. Wanted to, get him to connect. Let me take you to the source and, we all can just be good. The only problem is we have Rue in the back fucking seat. I just absolutely hate when we have Rue anywhere in the vicinity of Fezco shit. Like, we all know all too well that when she is in, like, shit just goes astray. You just know that that's a recipe for disaster. And I really hate that he allows her to be that close to his business. Like, drop her ass the fuck off. You don't need... Get her the fuck out of there. But it's family. We good. We sis. But we don't just have high-ass, irrational Rue. We also have a heroin addict in the backseat with Rue who don't know Sunday from Monday. She's just there to have a good time and shoot up. Now, when she brought out that heroin, I was like, here we go. Like, we all know that Rue is not opposed to trying something. Like, I was like, girl, put that shit up. Get that far away. That's a whole nother situation. We already remember from last season, her little episode with fentanyl. Like, if you're going to be high and relapse, girl, just stick to the drugs, like stick to the waterfalls you used to. Stick to the drugs that Leave that heroin alone. She's shooting up all in the backseat, all in her crotch, and we get that infamous Rue. Rue is good to give, that delusional, I don't know what the fuck's going on face. You know what's going on. Go home. Do you ever go home? Do you go home? Have you seen your sister? Probably not. Now, of course, since Rue is there, we have to have the situation completely intensify when the supplier and the crew just don't trust, or you just happen to bring somebody here and Mouse is not with you. Everybody strip, get naked, I want to see balls, ass, and tits. Who's wearing a wire? I don't trust Nathan in here moving. Of course, we have everybody following along, stripping, trying to get nope, of course. Rue's just standing there, not stripping. You see that these people are lethal. They're reckless. You might get knocked the fuck out. You might get murdered up in here. This is not a safe space. But as usual, Rue just does not give a fuck. She is quite fearless in her whole little situation. But I hate when she has, that fearlessness, I don't give a damn attitude about her. But at the first threat in sight of danger, I'm just a young girl. I'm just a high schooler. Like, oh, now you're just a high schooler. No. Don't be a young high school scared girl when it's convenient. No, you want to be a high junkie and be outside of all the functions. You want to be outside, Rue. Be outside now. Strip, get naked, B. We shouldn't have to take you all the way to the shower to strip and get naked because right now you want to be a sensitive high schooler. No, you love to be outside. You thrive in it. Keep your ass outside. Now, after we leave the most mellow, cool, calm ass drug dealer you ever want to meet, I just had your balls out, but I'm still willing to do business. I love the fact that she acknowledged, like, you have this junkie around your whole situation, like you actually trust her. And he's like, well, yeah, she may dabble a little bit, but she's not a junkie. You see that Fezco is still very much in denial about where Rue is in her substance abuse. She is very much a junkie. And I love it. She's still in denial too. You have the damn heroin addict pull out the heroin. And she's like, oh my God, like, you're doing heroin? You really shouldn't do that here. This is really, you just snorted some shit before you got here. Like, everybody is fucking in denial about where Rue is. But he's, conscious enough to admit, you think this shit funny? We could have died back there. This is, she thinks it's funny. This is a game to her. Get Rue the fuck away from your business. And then we get into Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Can't you see? Sometimes your love just hypnotized me. And I just love your flashy ways. This is why they're broken. You're so paid. We get into some Biggie Smalls and them having a party because that's all they do. All these kids do is party. We get into goddamn Jules returning, being Jules, floating, fluttering around the party with Kat. But we also have a very high Rue hiding from Jules. Like, I don't want to be seen. I don't want her to know I relapse. Yeah, because it's such a secret. But fuck all of that. I didn't care nothing about that. I got so excited at the aspect of Lexi and Fezco talking. I was like, oh god, Lexi needs a good date. Fezco is so nice. I really do like his character. Like, he's the nicest, most thoughtful drug dealer you ever want to meet. Like, he is a cool dude in his own way. And the whole character dynamic with Lexi and her progress from last season, not believing in herself, her looks, feeling a little inadequate in comparison to Cassie, and wanting a boyfriend. Like, I'm here for that. They was flirting. I was like, I'm here for this. But I tell you what I'm not here for. The connection I'm not here for is drunk ass, tipsy ass Cassie and psychotic ass Nate. Like, oh girl, like, Cassie could have anybody. We get into Nate being Nate. Everything is always a game and a plot with Nate. So I just figure, him rolling up on her at that moment just didn't happen to be coincidence. He always has a fucking underhanded ass plan. Now, of course, he gets into her head playing the mind games. But Cassie being Cassie just takes off her drawers in a speeding car. Like, I am so sick of, the excuse being the intoxication, the drunkenness, the Molly. Like, Cassie needs, everybody needs a little counseling. Cassie needs help. Cassie so far is just so lost in finding validation and looking for her father in these boys, in this sex, in this drugs. Like, honey, this is not the way. Put your underwear back on. Now, not only does Cassie accept Nate's invitation to drive her to the party, we are backtracking. We cut to the girls searching. Have you seen? We're always on the hunt for Cassie. Where is she? Have you seen her? She's a hot mess. She got out of the car. Maddie beating on the fucking door, but she wasn't just beating on some random ass door. Nate and Cassie are in the bathroom fucking. Now, Maddie being Maddie, of course, can sense anything in the air. She's always full of intuition. I know something is going on. I know something's going on in that bathroom. I gotta pee. I really didn't think she had to pee. I thought she just wanted to get her ass in the bathroom. I was like, really? Cassie is whispering like, can't nobody hear Cassie at the door? You don't hear your best friend at the door? Oh my God, I'm so tangled and my titties are out. I'm so scared. Oh, shut the fuck up, Cassie. Shut up, Cassie. Nobody cares. Nobody told your drunk ass to even get into that situation. I don't want to hear it. Just get out of my face. But we have a nice distraction from Maddie on the other side of the door, because Lil Meech from BFM, as Travis here, rolls up with a blunt, swish, trying to spit his game, dance and whatnot. He just rolls up all casual like he's been a part of the cast forever. What's up? But now we have to deal with a scared, terrified Cassie hiding out in the tub, waiting for the clear so she can go back and join the party. When Maddie freaking took a piss and wiped herself, like she was really digging deep for some pee, I was like, you sure you need some meds? But she takes the rag and throws it on Cassie's face. She's like, oh God. Cassie, shut up. You already fucking know. What's a little pee on your face? Relax. Now, after we leave Maddie saying one of the smartest things I've heard anyone say on the show, no thank you, I don't smoke other people's weed. I was like, wow. We get into probably the least smartest person on the show. Goddamn Rue hiding from Jules. You have Jules searching high and low. She's, walking around with Cat. But Rue hiding out happens to find the girl's heroin. And I'm just like, here we go with the shit. Now, we don't actually see her do the heroin, but it just looks very clear that she did, because when she meets her new best friend, this new guy who also is, he's snorting drugs. She's like, oh my God. I found a friend. I found a friend. Like, I found a friend. I found a high friend, a druggy friend. What drugs are you doing? So I can tell you what drugs I'm doing. And we can do those drugs together. Yeah. So now we have all this tension in the scene. Not only do we have a high-ass Rue trying to slow down her heart rate with Adderall and, checking her pulse and that whole thing. And I think that part really kind of confirmed that she did do the heroin, because you have her say, it's like, aren't we doing the same type of drugs? She's like, no, I did, some other shit before I ever got here. Like, I feel like she shot up and we're going to be dealing with a new demon this season. We have that going on, but we also have Cassie and her titties in the tub and worried at the aspect that her phone might ring and she might get caught. But she doesn't get caught, because as soon as Lil Travis goes over there, it's like, oh, there's a girl, but it's like, so what? Who gives a fuck? Let's go dance. But he saw Cassie's face, and eventually it's going to unravel that Cassie was the one in that bathroom when Nate came out of there from taking his shit. Oh, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down. After we have more cute shit happening, like Lexi and Fezco getting to know each other more, having good talks about, McDonald's and drug dealers, good shit like that. I was loving it. We also have other great shit going on, like informing us that Kat is very still a bad bitch and running around with her boyfriend, which is good to see. But we also have Mckay show up. Oh, troubled Mckay. Mckay is always behind the curve and out of the loop. He just wants somebody to fuck on him. Like, oh, Mckay. You have Mckay showing up, and also coinciding with that, you have a Nate who is very much so out of the loop. He's, trying to get Maddie back, for the 17,000th time. He's, he's not the life of the party. He just seems more weird than usual. He's very, very calm though. You always notice how Nate just loves to be around Mckay. He's never just around Mckay. He's just kind of, Mckay. It's something there. Anyway, once we finally have Cassie bring her ass out of the bathroom, you have him, try to have a word with her. Where have you been? I've been calling you like, oh my God, let Cassie be Cassie. Cassie is going to do what she wants to do. You go back over there and talk to Fezco. That's what we want you to do. But, via the conversation, I love their, long-winded, unintelligent ass conversation. I just felt like we were, like on two different pages. Yeah, how do you think we're on two different pages? Where'd you get that from? What, you think we are? I don't think we ever would. I just feel like maybe I'm not a good person. Cassie and all her self-loathing and doubting herself in those situations that she put herself in, on those sexual escapades that she go on, flaunting the body, flaunting, the sex, and then, she feels bad about it later. She feels like it makes her less than. She feels like, I don't deserve you. I just like low-key slept with your best friend. I don't deserve nobody. I don't deserve my own best friend, Maddie. Like, I'm just a shitty person with big titties. I'm just not a good person. Yeah, whatever, Cassie. But you have Mckay come out, and who do we have standing there to be all up in his face? Did you go in there? Did you fuck her? Did you fuck her? Did you fuck her? What'd you do? Did you come? Did you get him? You fucked her. You did it. Like, back the fuck up off of me. Like, the way that he is always, just abrasive and all over. Nate is already just, your daddy's son. Like, he's already his daddy's son. So there's already that aspect. And then he's already a fucking psycho. Back the fuck up off of me. I cannot wait until Mckay just finally pops off, because it always seems like there's a lot on his shoulders, and he's just, seeking something, looking for something, and looking for love. He just wants to relax and not have to feel the impact of everything from, football to his father. Like, I just want to, like, when he explodes, I just can't wait to see. After we leave Nate, wanted a boyfriend so bad, we get into Jules and Rue. Jules finally spots her in the party, and she has clearly relapsed, and she's off her rocker, and she is just like, oh, you're back here. You were good. When did you relapse? Like, girl, you know what this is. You know who she is. You know she relapsed as good as you took that train out the parking lot. But you have Jules. She really carries that guilt with her and that remorse. Like, she has fallen into the trap of being Rue's, savior, that codependent thing, and she goes for it. But she just kind of, they kind of walk away and split up, and it's just like, I'm not dealing with this, I'm hurt. But, Rue is clearly going to go her own way, and we feel like we're going to get, that same separation of the two. Rue doing drugs and going to fa la 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 la, and Jules, just being Jules. But no, they come back together, and Rue finally takes that moment to admit, I don't know if I ever said it before, we get that really great lighting. Euphoria does some amazing things with their editing, their lighting, to really pull you into the scene. It's just like, I miss you. I miss you too. Yeah, I love it. Can we have that whole kiss? And I was like, is this a dream? Is she high? Oh no. They finally embraced. They finally kissed. She finally got Jules. But she's high. Like, can't we not get everything? We're not going to get everything. But I can say for sure myself, I do not ship their situation. I really actually hate that whole codependent thing. And I know that's going to be a really big character arc for Rue when she realizes that she can't use anybody to, stay sober or just affect her sobriety. She has to be that person to stay strong for herself and, be that for you. You can't use Jules for that, because that's what Jules is. She, loves Jules, but Jules is the one who, even makes her want to be sober. You can't do that. That's not her job. You have to do that for yourself. But I don't ship their whole situation. That's not my favorite aspect of the show. My favorite parts of the show are actually everybody else surrounding them. Rue and Jules, Okay. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. After Fezco gets those stitches, so he can call Lexi. And I was like, I don't know, Lexi. There's two sides to him. And that other side, as we see, Lexi, you ain't about that life. You ain't about that life. As soon as he stole off, Lexi's like, oh my God, like, I thought it wasn't. He is a nice guy. He's just about that life. In turn, now, I do believe that Nate, had his place raided and that whole thing. But this whole situation is really transpiring because of that whole situation that Nate has with Jules and Rue. Oh God, just always get him into something that don't really have nothing to do with him. But it's just like, what would grandma do? Ashtray had the car revved up and ready to go. When he took off that sweater, I was like, oh shit. And he's pouring the drink. I was like, oh, he about to knock him out. He about to hit him with a bottle. Not only did he hit him with a bottle, but he hit multiple times. Nate got knocked the fuck out. All the rage came up out of all that shit came out of him, and he just went to town. It was very much giving that same shit that he gave the dude. You thought you could R-word her in the pool and get away with it? I'm gonna beat you up. You're gonna do that same energy he gave dude last season for that shit he did to Maddie. He got that shit all back tenfold and got fucked up. I was like, don't pull him off. Don't try to help him. Why? Let him whoop his ass, especially Mckay. You ain't gonna do that. Once you find out he felt on them same Cassie titties that you did, you ain't gonna want to pull them off. You ain't gonna want to pull them off. But he is bloody and bruised and gets fucked up. And of course we have to end with Rue like, oh, I don't know what's going on there. What that don't have nothing to do with me, right? Of course, everything has to do with you because you're always fucking some shit up. But that's where we leave off with, with the Happy New Year. This is how we're bringing in the new year. Well, you guys, that was my review for Euphoria episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am quite looking forward to this season of Euphoria. It looks really good. It looks like we have a lot coming, and I'm more so really excited for the aspects of us getting into all the surrounding characters. We left off with a lot of shit, the whole disc being found and that whole situation with Maddie. Like, I'm waiting for that to come back up. We're just gonna get more into everybody else. I enjoy Rue and what she brings, but I really live for the other people on the show and their entire situations. So I'm looking forward to that. Please comment below if you like my review, if you want to see more. I need to know that, because if y'all don't watch these videos, I will cut it up. Like, is she gonna review the rest of the show? Might not. 200 people watched it and 10 people liked it. I see you guys next time. Bye.